welcome to this special news coverage featuring the Care for Humanity events happening in the United States of America. I'm Michelle Pareto.
And I'm Brother Sean Adam. These events are also part of a special commemoration as we members of the Church of Christ remember the 139th birth anniversary of Brother Felix Y. Manalo, the one person whom we believe is a messenger of God in these last days.
That's right, Brother Sean. We continue to remember the one whom God sent as his instrument so that the Church of Christ would be re-emerged in these last days.
And it is a foundation named after him, the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, the charitable partner of the Church of Christ that spearheads all of these Care for Humanity events.
Showing inflation is now near a 40-year high in this country.
There's no question about it, prices are going to go up.
Because I have 4 kids, I'm a single mom, I really, struggle with buying food.
I can't even get $2 just for today.
Some individuals has lost their job and they're trying to make their ends meet. It's embarrassing when you don't have what you need to provide for your family.
Otherwise, a lot of them can't afford it.
It reminds me that we're not alone. We're never, ever, ever alone. Like it was, wow, this group of amazing humans that don't know us are here to help us.
This is great!
The only churches I know, as far as giving from your heart.
I saw a church that really has the true definition of religion, reaching out to those who can't support themselves and show them the love of God.
It means a lot, just the sign of compassion, being seen.
Iglesia de Cristo shows up for the community day in, day out, and it's evident today.
That was really inspiring, and a great segue into all the stories that we're featuring today.
Yes, we'll be heading all across the United States to see just how these events have impacted families and individuals through acts of care.
Let's get started. For our first stop, let's head to California. In California, the San Francisco Bay Area is known for its natural beauty, ethnic diversity, and growing tech industry. Yet amidst this progressive area, the cost of living remains high, and many are struggling just to get by. But through an outreach event, I was able to meet individuals who were given a renewed sense of hope to help cope with life's daily struggles. Let's take a look. Though an area of significant growth, residents in the state of California continue to face rising healthcare costs, strains on the mental health system, and provider shortages. And along these concerns, it's worries at home that make residents like Cassandra from Salinas contemplate the future of their health.
Financials is always a struggle everywhere, right? And there's so much elderly that are suddenly sick and can't get better. My grandma is a victim of it. She's diabetic and she has health issues, and I always worry about her. And I even had her try to come, but she's sick right now. And because of her, I'm like, what can I do?
But through a Care for Humanity event held in San Jose, California, she was able to avail of free medical services provided by Church of Christ members in partnership with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation. Through this event, members from the ecclesiastical districts of Bay Area and Silicon Valley, California, came together to unite for an outreach to help neighbors and friends in need. Amongst services like free blood pressure checks and free reading glasses, Cassandra was able to make sure to get a free blood sugar reading.
It's so helpful regardless if there's something bad going on. I feel like there's always help needed if you're in a good condition or a bad condition. Like there's help always needs to be there. Helping each other, that's a big role.
Recibir de las vistas, chequeo de la sangre. Me dieron unos lentes y de comer, como la forma que lo tratan a uno, o muy bien atendidos, muy contentos, ¿no? Todo muy maravilloso. Además,
es muy bonito, los hermanos son muy cordiales,
Vinimos a que nos vieran los ojos, nos tomaron de la sangre.
For Edward and Sherry-Ann, medical professionals who were invited by their friend Neil and volunteered to assist with blood pressure checks were amazed at what they were able to experience today.
So we've been known Neil for the last 16 years. And Neil has been, if you have some gathering like this, he always send it to us if we can attend.
There's a lot. We were actually surprised. This is something big. It's a good feeling to be being part of an organization like this, and I can see how proud Neil is to be part of this organization. This is a yearly thing. Maybe this is something that we will sign up for the next year and the following years to come.
The Care for Humanity event was made possible through the generous assistance and support of the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation Incorporated, as commissioned by the Executive Minister of the Iglesia Ni Cristo, Church of Christ, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo.
And free medical services weren't the only things provided. Fresh produce and care packages filled with groceries and daily essentials were also provided to all guests in attendance.
We received some packages too, free. My first time to see a church that is spreading across the world and extending the work of Christ. And I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you so much.
In the biblical teaching written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 27, which reads, "Whenever you possibly can, do good to those who need it."
Look at the groceries. They feed the homeless and the hungry. They do. And it's amazing. They walk the talk. They continue to do it.
I think a lot of people, they feel isolated, have the mental issues. Hearing God's teaching, I think will help uplift their spirit. I would like to see more of this, in today's society to help those in need.
What I've noticed is really the community feeling supported and loved. And seeing how everyone is, getting access to such important services. Food insecurity has risen with the cost of food lately. That, in general, is really at the cusp of everyone's mind. What you all do is faith in action. Iglesia Ni Cristo shows up for the community day in, day out, and it's evident today.
There's something in you guys that makes me fascinated a lot. I could see how people work together, how people respect each other, and the leadership is what really counts the most. And I'm hence salute to Executive Minister Eduardo V. Manalo. I'm just so, I happen to be one of his fans, to be honest with you. Well, still the transparency when you manifest your love towards mankind in terms of the hierarchy of the leadership and the unity that you people are showing to each other, it's beyond measure to me.
Mayor Gilmore has a certificate of special mayoral recognition for Iglesia Ni Cristo.
Today, I do have a certificate of commendation, but it is for Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, Executive Minister, Iglesia Ni Cristo.
And this extension of love and care only continued further up north to Vallejo, California. A similar event was held, bringing together members from both the ecclesiastical districts of Northeast and Central Valley, California.
Oh, it was uplifting. Yeah, it was very uplifting. I liked it a lot. That's showing the community that we have a living hope. The music how they sang from their spirit. So because they're showing that they're living by faith. I can see that because we live in a world that's it's not very good right now.
Continue to face struggles of making ends meet, the Church of Christ, in partnership with its charitable arm, the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, continues to further its humanitarian cause in helping alleviate challenges faced by families all over the country, and in turn bringing hope of a brighter tomorrow.
It's awesome to see that this was all simultaneous.
Yes, and it wasn't just here in Northern California.
For our next set of stories, let's head just a bit south to see even more families that were helped. The Southwest of the United States has, for many decades, been the home to the entertainment capital of the world, Los Angeles, also known as a commercial, financial, and cultural center of Southern California. Because of this, images of health and wealth are often associated with the region. Despite this, the health and wellness of many local residents has been challenged by the limited access to basic health care, especially for the underserved. But in an effort to help struggling residents gain relief, we learned how a group of people across the region have united their efforts to help in a meaningful way. Tony Marie Jimenano has more.
From LA to San Diego, Southern California is picture perfect from above. The coasts and mountains that surround the region are the ideal image of an environment that fosters health and wellness. For some, access to healthcare means access to these outdoor destinations for exercise and recreation. But for the majority of residents, access to healthcare means finding medical professionals and service providers that can provide screening, testing, and advice. But with the rising cost of healthcare, basic screenings and tests are harder to come by than one may think. Robert King, a lifelong resident of LA, has witnessed the economic hardships progress across the different communities throughout the decades.
A lot of them can't afford it. And if it's free, checkups, it would be great. And more of it.
But in recognizing the struggles of residents here in Southern California, the Church of Christ is stepping up to help. Today, across these 3 counties, members of the Church of Christ from 3 ecclesiastical districts combine their efforts for a medical mission and health outreach event for the community. Additionally, they distributed hundreds of care packages filled with food and essentials. For many, this is more than just aid, it's hope. We spoke with recipients from each county to understand how poverty has impacted them and what today's support means. Maggie Galvin, a resident of Orange County, attended the Care for Humanity event with her granddaughter.
Going through very challenging moments, horrible outside, but just with the little drop of kindness that you are giving, you're creating waves. You're creating waves. I see many people that in these days are in need. And by seeing a gesture of generosity, of giving that you don't expect it in the community is, wow, there's no words.
Andrew, another resident of LA, recognized the need for an event like this for the community.
So I live here in downtown, and I have seen it getting worse over the years, these last few years we've been out here. So I think it's definitely needed. The other areas, there's hardship wherever you go. But particularly in LA, it seems like the population of people who are in need have just been exponentially growing.
You know, God brought me here. Fellowship, fellowship and coming together, is good. We need more of this in every community,
Welcome to our Care for Humanity.
What you guys are doing here, it's this free giving. It's again helping, reaching out to those that are in need. I myself just got a pair of reading glasses.
I've been going to the church and they told me about this event. A lot of good people doing a lot of good things. It's good that they have all this free service so people get an understanding if they need help and just check out if they need to see a doctor. The blood pressure and stuff like that especially. So it make it easier for the people that really need it.
So these services are not readily accessible to the communities. Sometimes you have to have health insurance in order to get safety assessments or health assessments. Sometimes health clinics are not within range from their homes. And so having this activity, we are able to provide these free resources to them. And we want to be able to promote healthy habits and healthy awareness.
These stories aren't isolated. They reflect the faces of modern families struggling with access to healthcare and basic needs in Southern California. And although one-time health checks and care packages won't fix all their problems, it can restore dignity, spark hope, and remind people that they're not forgotten. Rather, they are remembered by the members of the Church of Christ, who remain inspired by their faith to continue helping those in need. Across the desert landscapes of the Southwest and into the towering mountain ranges that span the mountain states, there are countless communities that are struggling to meet day-to-day needs. Some of these communities can be found in Las Vegas, Nevada, where the Care for Humanity events continue. At today's event, the community around the Las Vegas place of worship gathered for free music, entertainment, food, a clothing drive, and also free haircuts.
Really a great haircut for this time of year, and I'm so thankful.
Additionally, bags filled with canned goods and other supplies for the house were prepared and packed for those in need.
Recently, I've been going through some things, some hardships, and inflation has made it very hard. Wages not going up with the price of everything. For this type of help to be available, you know what I mean? Like, it really is, you get what I'm saying? It's a blessing, it's something good, and I'm happy I found it, you know what I mean? And I'm happy it is like you guys have events and services like this for the community. It means a lot, actually. Like, a lot of people need things like this. A lot of people don't have support. It gives me hope, hit a smile on my face. I thank God, you get what I'm saying, that you guys are out here helping the community. And I appreciate you guys, because everything does matter.
Las Vegas wasn't the only city this event was held. In Phoenix, Arizona, free haircuts, free food, health services, job search assistance, and even music and entertainment were offered to neighbors. And in the state of Colorado, the cities of Denver and Colorado Springs also had a similar event providing the same services. From Los Angeles to San Diego, today's mission was simple. Help is here. And so as long as there are people in need, no matter where they are, the INC's commitment to caring for its neighbors and fellow community members will continue on. From Los Angeles, California, Tony Marie Hemignano, U.S. Care for Humanity Special Coverage.
We've seen events in Northern and Southern California. Now it's time for us to head east.
East, particularly to the state of Florida, where the struggle with rising costs continues to grow, and the faces of that struggle might not be what you expect. But in these same places, hope arrives in a way that's deeply personal and quietly powerful.
This is probably one of the best places that someone homeless can pick. Sometimes this is the best that you've got, Sleeping on a bus stop leaves you wide open. There's no shelter.
Abandoned spaces like this offer more than concrete and quiet for people like Angie. It's the best she can find while surviving alone on the streets of Jacksonville. How long has it been the best for you in this situation when you were living on the streets?
2, 3 years, maybe 4 years. It's difficult. It's really difficult.
Even in the sunshine state of Florida, the sun is not always shining everywhere. At some places like Jacksonville, one of the largest cities in the United States, it's people like Angie, who are struggling severely, living on the street and trying to rebuild, but knowing that the journey is still ahead of her. Once homeless, Angie's now taking steps to rebuild her life here at Sulzbacher Village, a transition housing facility for women and children fighting to stay off the streets.
I didn't have a strong support system, and I would work a couple jobs at a time if I could, but it never really amounted to what I needed to amount to. And there wasn't really anybody that I could ask for help. And when one situation happened, everything sort of plummeted altogether.
Homelessness impacts more than shelter. It also takes a toll on one's mental health. Mentally, how did that affect you or change you in a way that you
It
had to be
emotionally
present?
breaks a person down. They develop a hostility of sorts, an aggressive nature whenever it comes to trying to get things done because they're so desperate. If a person comes in dealing with their daily struggles, and it's hard to conduct oneself because they're so worried about everything that they're going through at the moment, that it's hard to stay grounded.
So the face of homelessness has changed. The percentage has shifted much higher to what we consider to be crisis poverty, which really means somebody can't afford where they're living anymore and they don't have a support system, so they end up in homelessness.
You can never plan what's next because you're fighting every single night just to know that you have somewhere to go, somewhere to sleep, a meal or a bed.
But just as the struggle for stability grows heavier, hope isn't out of reach. Here at Sulzbacher Village, that relief came through the Care for Humanity project, an ongoing initiative of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ in partnership with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation. Built on compassion and love, the event welcomed those in need with care packages filled with groceries, a warm meal, even extending assistance to the facility through eggs and cooking oil for their kitchens, and something else just as essential, a sense of belonging. It was a day of recognizing the residents' struggle and responding to it with love.
I appreciate the Church of Christ coming. I didn't realize the presence that they had kind of all over the world. Thank you so much to the church.
Everybody was so friendly. They were so nice and just welcoming. Grateful for every little bit of help. I really am. And it's nice to know that I'm not alone. I really appreciate this, being seen.
Is that enough for you? How long will that last you for? For those who came, the impact was deeply personal. Some found comfort, others felt seen, and many left reminded that they're not alone.
Sometimes be challenging, so it's been a very, very big help for us to be able to feed my family.
I really did enjoy myself. I forgot about everything. Yes. I haven't thought about none of the bad things that's been going on, so it was joyful. I thank y'all for praying for me.
For what Care for Humanity does is it's amazing, and I had no idea how far-reaching y'all actually were. For a group to come in and then kind of just feel loved on and cared for, that, hey, I'm not forgotten. There are people out there that really do care. They're not looked down upon because they happen to be in an unstable living situation.
And for others, it was a moment of hope, proof that someone cares and things can get better, like Angie.
It's a reminder that not everything is bleak and desperate and depressing, and it's the hand, reaching out a hand, Thank you for everything you've done, because it makes a huge difference. And knowing that I have somewhere to reach out to. So things are looking up, they're getting better, slowly but surely.
This work of compassion extends beyond Jacksonville, reaching even the tourist capital of the world, Orlando, where families may take vacations while many low-income families are facing daily struggles. And at the Boys and Girls Club, families affected by rising inflation received crucial support during another Care for Humanity event.
An event like today definitely helped a lot of people because it saved them from having to go far to buy groceries. It definitely helped save them in their financial part. And part of what the church does, and part of what this event is to care for humanity, care for people. I think that this has been a great opportunity for a lot of people to come out and receive, and as well as for the church to share the mission.
And while the need for support continues to grow, Care for Humanity extends its reach far beyond, like in Guam, where care and compassion was also extended through the distribution of care packages, while extending care through free medical services, providing means for those challenged, even in having affordable health care. Even some learning more about the mission of the Church of Christ in sharing through caring.
The Care for Humanity is, I actually see that the church is helping the community. They do really care about what's going on around the world.
The economy, like right now, is kind of tough. Bills going up, groceries going up. It's actually a relief. It's a relief and less pressure on our shoulders.
And with Miami serving as the hub to the Caribbean, it was among other locations holding Care for Humanity projects for those also impacted by rising costs in living. Held at the House of Worship of Miami, care packages were also distributed for residents within neighboring communities.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this, what you guys doing, the outreach to the community.
$50 you can buy certain amount of things, but now with this inflation is very hard. It's a blessing. Thank you, God. Thank the Lord. Thank God.
Vi como todo es una comunidad que todo se lleva bien, están juntos y están bien relacionadas, y ese cariño que se ve entre ustedes.
Seeing those smiles of those who receive relief, care, and deep concern from the Church of Christ, it's a glimmer of hope for them. And to be able to see also that this work is not only happening here in the Sunshine State, but throughout the world. It's an action of faith, of love, that the Church of Christ continues to fulfill. Because as long as there's people in need, the Church of Christ will always be there. Because this is a church that cares. From Jacksonville, Florida, Michael Robinson, U.S. Care for Humanity, special coverage.
That was so moving. And it just inspires me all the more to unite with other members whenever these kind of outreach events are conducted.
I agree. And when it comes to these outreach events, we really try to extend care to as many underserved communities as we can, which takes us further east, into the Northeast, and to our next set of stories. The East Coast of the United States, also known as the Eastern Seaboard, has played a major socioeconomic role in the development of the history of the United States. Yet at present, a significant number of households struggle with food hardship, the rise in housing and rent, and face financial hardship. However, in recognizing the situation of many residents facing daily struggles, we discover how those are stepping up to extend a helping hand. Brother Tyler Worthen has more.
Washington, D.C., the U.S. capital, defined by its historic monuments and prominent buildings, including iconic ones that house the federal government's three branches: the Capitol, White House, and Supreme Court. It is also here throughout the ecclesiastical district of Washington, D.C. Mid-Atlantic that a series of significant events are happening within communities. In Washington, D.C., a Care for Humanity event aimed to distribute free food, care packages, and medical checkups to families and individuals in need. For Nelson, a grad student currently studying in the U.S. from Rwanda, he was able to experience a deep connection here today.
One thing that came to my mind is I saw love. I saw a church that really has the true definition of religion, reaching out to those who can't support themselves and show them the love of God and show them that there is still hope, that that's not the end of life. So I saw a church, again, a family that is really concerned about others, even strangers.
I am emotional, but I just put it under control, but I'm gonna cry. It's very helpful what we have. Well, I'm very happy here. It's very nice, warm, cozy atmosphere. It's like, it feels like home.
Even in Temple Hills, just south of Washington, D.C., guests were able to feel that same love extended by members like Tamika, who discovered the event happening the same day.
So today I was actually shopping at a shopping center, picking up some groceries and things of that nature for my family. And I came out of the store. I was actually just a little bit short, actually only 10 cents short for what I needed to buy. And so I went to my car, I was having a moment, and I looked out of the corner of my eye, and there were these three ladies standing there. So the three ladies invited me to come to the event today. They told me what was taking place and that I would be able to get groceries when I arrived here. That's how I made it here today, and I'm so grateful. But the spirit of community and family here has been really great. Someone has even offered to tutor my daughter in geometry. The camaraderie, the closeness, and just the level of care that has truly been shown to me just from being out here for just a short while has just been really, really amazing.
And this kind of endeavor only continued, reaching other places like Baltimore, Gaithersburg, and Waldorf. And just northeast of Washington, D.C., we go to New York City, the most populous and arguably most influential city in the U.S., known as the city that never sleeps. But the Bronx, a borough in New York, contains the poorest congressional district in the U.S., yet where care and assistance were also extended, distributing care packages filled with daily essentials. And where several booths were also provided with free health checkups to the community, as well as free vision screenings, complimentary eye drops and vitamins, as well as reading glasses were also provided.
We've driven by the church before. Someone started waving and we stopped to see what was this about. And they told us to come on in, and we did. Any little bit helps. And it also lets us know that there are other people out there that also care about their brothers and sisters. We're not just people walking the street, and I'm glad this helps to reinforce that.
Vision is one of our senses that we take for granted. We don't realize how much we use of it until it's gone. Health insurance, not everyone who are able to get medical insurance get eye insurance as well. And today we are doing some vision screening.
You are doing the work of God. That is what the church is doing. I thank God. I thank you. I thank the Church of Christ.
The first thing, most important, is when you walk in here, they deal with your hygiene, your health. The first thing we walked in here, we got toothbrushes, we got eyeglasses, we got blood pressure. It just goes down the line.
I like that.
Before you get to the food, it goes down the line. And just to come here and have things on my mind and just feel like a kid again. I feel like I'm at a Brooklyn block party.
Not every day we see positive movement in the community. This is one of those blessings that we need to be grateful for. It's a blessing. This is beautiful. Thank you.
We appreciate you. Show support, show community to the church, to the people of the community.
Care, basically, self-care, basically.
Linda, a resident here in New York, it was through an outreach event conducted by the Church of Christ just like this one that truly made an impact on her life.
When I moved around here 5 years ago, I went to every church there was around this area. And one day I was coming down this way, and Sister Lori stopped me. They was giving out clothing and stuff. And I saw somebody's finally giving some clothes for people that really needs it. And I've been here for 5 years, and y'all do a beautiful job with the community, the beautiful job I've ever seen in my life.
In continuing to care for communities across the U.S. East Coast, just over to the neighboring state of New Jersey and to the city of Elizabeth, bags filled with groceries were distributed to help the needs of community members. Along with the distributed bags, neighbors and members of the community in attendance were able to also avail of free medical services.
It was a great experience. I enjoyed it. I like the atmosphere, and I very much enjoy the church helping us for this event today.
These activities are great for the communities, and we are so grateful because it's a little push-up. Thank you so much.
Events like this, it gives them a sense of community. They come together, they get to know each other, they get to know the church. This could be their highlight of the day. They come in and maybe they're struggling financially where they can't afford the groceries. They grab a bag and now they could use that money for other things that they need.
Further south down the East Coast to the state of Virginia and to the city of Norfolk, more care packages filled with groceries and food items were distributed to even more families in need to help alleviate families facing the rising costs of groceries.
I have to work more hours so I can make it for the end of the month. I've been working extra hours. My groceries, I have just to buy what I'm gonna need at the moment. There is a place where people can come and, get some stuff so they can put food on the table. That will help some in either way. Everybody came, talked to me, and they talk like they know me forever. It's like a big family, so I'm very happy.
As Care for Humanity continues to reach more communities, neighborhoods, and families, the more people see its mission and the motivation of Church of Christ members to always do good by impacting and changing the lives of people from all walks of life. Brother Tyler Worthen, U.S. Care for Humanity, special coverage.
It's really heartwarming to see the reactions of the recipients from different parts of the country and from different walks of life.
I agree. And the love extended to our fellow men is like a universal language, and it just inspires us to continue to fulfill this work of our Almighty God.
The Midwest of America has long been considered America's breadbasket and is known for its great agricultural production. And yet, in this region, a paradox exists. Millions here are impacted by food insecurity and hunger, with states like Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi highly affected. But in recognizing this dire situation, there are those in this area who wanted to show that care and compassion still exist for those in need. Let's take a look. The Midwest stretches from the Great Plains of the North and down south to Texas. Amid the vast natural beauty and prairies, you will find the Great Lakes, and situated on the shores of Lake Michigan is the city of Chicago. This bustling metropolis is known for its vibrant and diverse culinary scene. And yet in this city, 1 in 5 households are experiencing food insecurity. The high cost of living and expensive groceries exacerbate this problem. Divieta, whose mother lives in the Austin neighborhood of Chicago, knows the challenges that many of the residents face.
It's been a struggle because of the increases in the prices of, food and things like that. Some individuals has lost their job and they're trying to make their ends meet.
And in this area that struggles to have access to adequate food, an event took place to show the community that there is still a glimpse of hope. At the Chicago House of Worship ground in the ecclesiastical district of Great Lakes was a site of the Care for Humanity activity that united members from across the district. Care packages containing essential food items were distributed to help residents in need. Free medical screenings were also provided. Divieta emphasized how essential these types of activities for the community are.
To see events like this, when tragedy happens to individuals, they're able to have the support of the church is phenomenal. It starts to change the mindset of individuals thinking that they have to do things alone. And to have someone to pray for you, over you, with you is really, really, really a dire need today.
all choose to help us out. And you don't know how many people that really being helped. Everything is food is so expensive now. So this is a big help out for the community. Saved me a lot of money because I got the product that I need. I love it. Just to have y'all in this community. It's the best church we have. And I've been in this community over 40 years.
For members like RJ, he shared what his motivation was in inviting Rosie to the event.
We want to make sure that the neighborhood knows and our neighbors know that we do care about them. And we just want to show them that our love is genuine.
The joy that one care package can provide by alleviating the worry of where the next meal is coming from is what members aim to spread through their love of helping their communities. From the state of Illinois, we head to the neighboring state of Missouri. Independence, Missouri can be found on the south bank of the majestic Missouri River. But, like in many other parts of this region, many individuals and families here are living below the poverty line, and hunger and food insecurity are prevalent issues. A growing number have to depend on social assistance programs to get by. Responding to this need with love, members from the Ecclesiastical District of Northern Plains united for a Care for Humanity activity event to provide aid to a low-income community. Residents who attended were given free essential groceries and free basic health screenings. Janisa, an employee for the state of Missouri, has seen the struggles within the community.
It's been tough for a while, but it's even tougher now with the economy. The mental, emotional, and psychological well-being, because you not being able to pay your bills and different things can put a toll, especially individuals who have families and especially individuals who do not maintain a full-time job and have those resources available. Care of Humanity, it is a great blessing to have those things available for the community in order to keep moving forward.
It helps the people. I think that by doing this, they know that there's people out there that care for them. I think that's an opportunity to show them that the love of God. I feel great. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. We left with our free goodies that we came back because we love it.
Helping communities and building relationships has been an ongoing mission of the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, the charitable partner of the Church of Christ, and members will continue to do good whenever possible, never tiring of extending love and care to those in need. From Missouri, we head southwest to Texas, the Lone Star State. It is home to a variety of landscapes, from the Gulf Coast to Texas Panhandle. Located just 20 miles north of Houston, the city of Humboldt boomed with growth in the early 1900s with the production of oil. But in recent years, what has grown is Humboldt's poverty rate is now higher than the national average. In another Care for Humanity event, care packages were prepared by members in the Ecclesiastical District of Texas and distributed to residents in the community at the House of Worship of Humboldt. Maria, who was invited to attend the event by her friend Betty, wanted to be more involved in the community. She shares what she enjoyed most about the activity.
The best thing I see here is many younger people like you involved, and it's like that's beautiful to artists and the NGOs involved talking about that. The base that is solid.
I think by this church helps a lot. It helps the community and it shows you that you can help others without expecting anything back. Thank you very much. God bless you guys.
Care for Humanity events and similar outreach projects will continue to take place to give people upliftment and a helping hand. Staying within Texas, we head northwest to the city of Lubbock. Not too far from the borders of New Mexico and Oklahoma is Lubbock, Texas. Here, 17% of the population is food insecure and 19% live below the poverty line. East Lubbock in particular is classified as a food desert by the USDA, with residents being low income and having limited access to grocery stores or supermarkets. To help residents in this community, more care packages were given out to residents here, as members from the ecclesiastical district of South Central States gathered together at the House of Worship of Lubbock. In addition to the care packages, guests were invited to conduct free medical checkups. Joining the activity was Mark McBrayer, mayor of Lubbock.
My son and his wife and my 2 granddaughters live here, and they're both teachers. I know how the cost of food, insurance, clothing, everything has gone up for them. We still are a city that care about each other, and we want to take care of one another and respect each other. And so here I appreciate your service to your community, your care packages that you gave to everybody today. Just an example. I believe the people in Lubbock really do care about one another. So I thank you very much for what you're doing for your community here.
Uniting in these Care for Humanity activities across the nation, members of the Church of Christ found joy in helping and caring for their fellow men. And this work will continue on, not just in America, but throughout the world, aiming to spread hope and upliftment whenever possible. It really is awesome to see that all these different places, rural and urban areas, the Church of Christ continues to extend care and love wherever that may be.
That's right, Brother Sean. And even to the frontier in vast areas like Alaska, which bring us to our next and final set of stories. Anchorage, Alaska is often shown as a land of beauty and adventure, but for many families living here, instead of exploring the wild, they're battling rising prices. Instead of scenic views, they're facing empty shelves and growing needs. It's not about surviving the wilderness, it's surviving inflation. Grant Morin gives us the details.
Across the western region of the United States, residents are united by a common struggle, the ongoing rise in the cost of basic necessities. While trying to simply get by, it's residents like Nick who sought refuge in Anchorage, Alaska's most prosperous city and a hopeful lifeline.
There was no kind of work in my hometown area. There was just nothing but bad over there.
He left behind isolation and limited opportunities, hoping Anchorage would open doors. But instead of a fresh start, Nick found himself navigating a different kind of hardship.
I've been living off and on this road for 2 years now. I can't even get $2 just for today.
And one of the roads led to this house of worship of the Church of Christ, where he saw something happening.
I was just walking by. I just seen these flags, Care for Humanity. They were giving out food too.
It was those very flags that caught Nick's attention, leading him, along with others passing by, to a Care for Humanity event held at the House of Worship of the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ in Anchorage, Alaska. In response to the growing needs of residents, the FYM Foundation, in partnership with the Iglesia Ni Cristo, organized these events across Alaska with great care and purpose to address the urgent and real challenges faced by local communities. Through thoughtfully prepared care packages, residents receive daily necessities, everything from baked goods and ready-to-eat meals to staple food items like eggs and bread, which have become increasingly difficult to afford. For residents like Jeremy, this kind of assistance is not just appreciated, it's essential for the community's well-being.
You're a rock star. Thank you very much. The eggs are ridiculous. Rent's definitely gone up, but groceries through the roof. You know, prices have doubled. Or for what you used to get a cart full now is a third of a cart full. I don't think there's any way to give to a community than with food. And there's 3 needs in life, right? Shelter, food, and water. And you guys are offering 2 of the 3 today. So and probably 2 of the most expensive. This is phenomenal. Yeah, it couldn't be better.
It's been really tough on a lot of people. Tough on myself as well. But just coming here and seeing that people are still willing to give, I think it's a beautiful thing.
This relief effort also reached the town of Kodiak, where another Care for Humanity event was held, welcoming residents arriving on foot or by car, all seeking much-needed support for their families.
Thank you so much.
But for individuals like Nick, it wasn't just about the food or the care package. It was about the deeper message behind it all, that someone truly cared.
Prayed for me, and I just let it all out, and I was hungry, it's just because I needed a prayer. I really appreciated the prayer first, because I walked up and that's what I really needed was a prayer more than anything.
We extend these care packages to you so that you will know that we care for you, and this comes with our prayers.
As inflation continues to stretch household budgets across the country, even families in cities like Seattle, Washington are feeling the strain. Like Shalina, finding a struggle within the basics of needs.
I'm a single mom, and yeah, it's really hard to afford certain things like food. Sometimes we have a really, struggle with buying food. So this is a really big help.
With the approval of our dearest executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo,
a big help of much-needed relief for the community, where Care for Humanity brought residents together at the House of Worship in Seattle, continuing to provide necessary items for families affected like Shalina's, hoping to lessen the burden.
I think it's absolutely amazing how you guys just open your hearts up in your community to help people and invite them to come here. What did you get? I got some eggs and bread.
But it wasn't just the care packages. What truly made a difference were the additional services made available to families, from free haircuts and food booths that offered something for everyone. Each effort showed care in action.
It lets people know that the church, that you can go to the church for help if, because I've seen you guys give clothes. This is the first time I've ever seen food. I know you guys do it. It's just bringing the community together to let everybody know that it does exist and there are people that care. So I think it helps a whole lot.
Even Liana, a student, saw the impact beyond herself, inviting her fellow college students, knowing firsthand how tough it can be to make ends meet while staying in school.
This is a good way to get help, especially with a lot of my friends from school, right? They're in their 20s like me, and they're living alone as a college student, and that gets hard, and so you start to struggle with maybe income and whatnot while also trying to stay in school. So I think this is a perfect event to invite your friends and give to them.
The church does their outreach program, right, to help different communities. I think it's very important to go out and serve your community. I really like the sense of belonging.
But just keep doing Care for Humanity. Keep doing this, yeah.
And that's exactly what continues to happen, not just in one city, but across the country, like here in Portland, Oregon, where inflation has hit hard with many residents. And it was during this Care for Humanity event at the House of Worship in Portland, in the Ecclesiastical District of Oregon, where recipients shared how this act of kindness reminded them that help isn't just local, it's part of something bigger, a global effort to care for people no matter where they live.
The generosity. I hear so many good stories of all the different things you do between vaccine drives and...
Very amazing because this is very helpful for any country. Talagang na-miss ako na bigyan ng trabaho, yung walang trabaho, yung mga walang makain, nagkaroon sila ng mga pagkain at nagkaroon sila ng trabaho. Talagang sobra yung touch ko sa ginawa to. Hindi ko alam na meron ganito ang Iglesia ni Cristo.
Residents were also on the receiving end here in Portland, receiving care packages containing groceries like eggs and bread. Recipients like Cecilia were overwhelmed in the care provided to them that day.
When I receive, hindi ko ina-expected na sobra-sobra. Na para ka nag-grocery ng one cart. Hindi ko ina-expected talaga. Sobra pong thankful sa inyo, sa ginawa ninyo.
In Hawaii, where the cost of living remains one of the highest in the nation, even daily essentials have become harder to afford for many families. But for one couple, a long-awaited invitation brought more than just help. It brought them inside something they had only ever seen from afar.
Jerson afterwards, and he introduced us to Brother King, who invited us, and it's an honor for us to be here. Thank you.
Well, we heard there was a food distribution. We had in our mind that people were going to drive by, we were going to pack food into their cars. He said something different, but that's why we came. We were driven by the church so often.
welcomed as guests among others part of the Care for Humanity event held at the Eva Beach House of Worship in the Ecclesiastical District of Hawaii. It was that moment that Scott and Lori saw the outreach done by the Church of Christ in caring for their fellow men.
We also have free reading glasses.
Not only was there the giving of care packages containing grocery items, but other services like medical checkups and numerous food booths providing food well known to the Aloha culture. And for others like Alan, the experience brought more than just material relief. It brought a sense of dignity and belonging.
People greeting me, treating me as an equal, makes me feel very happy because I haven't had much of that in my life.
There's food, there's clothes.
Many of the households here are multi-generational, multi-family, and just everyone's working. Cost of living is high. And to come and have an event like this where there's joy, it's a relief from the pressures of the world, and to have the fellowship that you offered is fantastic. That's reassuring and it's strengthening.
As economic hardships affects communities near and far, one thing remains clear: the need for compassion is constant. Through the Care for Humanity project, this love in action continues. As long as there are those in need, the Church of Christ will keep reaching out, helping and caring. From Anchorage, Alaska, I'm Grant Morin with U.S. Care for Humanity Special Coverage.
Through the Care for Humanity project, the Church of Christ continues to fulfill the teaching of caring for our fellow men. Through these outreach events, many of those in need have benefited by the care extended to them.
It is a gesture of love that will only continue, and it is part of the ongoing fulfillment of God's teaching to love our fellow men.
As we close this special episode, we invite you to stay tuned for our next special coverage, this time featuring the Care for Humanity events happening all around Canada and the inspiring stories to come. I'm Michelle Pareto.
And I'm Brother Sean Adam. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. God bless.